All right, we're setting everything up here. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys been trading well. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. One hell of a way to start. What's going on, Brittany? One hell of a way to start off the month. Down 90K. Not really what I wanted to do to start the month off. But I saw opportunity. And I got aggressive. And, you know, I don't really regret getting aggressive. We're just not in a hot enough market. Both the stocks that I tried out failed, and I can't really believe it. I am live going over today's red day down 90K. All right, there's that. Cool. Trading floor, did I do that? Yeah. Okay. Options. Alrighty, guys, we're getting everything set up here. Give me about 15 more seconds to set it all up here. Alright, 1K, go here. Boom. Alright, today's big runners, we had, well, not really much. MULN. We had ISPO, we had GBS, ATXI, BDR. Alright. Now I'll go live on my TikTok. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to NormagnolTrading.com. What's going on, guys? So today, CRM had earnings. Today's a rough day. Not really a whole lot I regret, to be honest. It's just man, I just can't get on a roll, man, I tell you. Like, I really thought this was going to be the next leg up. Nothing. And this is a huge kind of loss of a day here. You know, down 90 grand. Not really what I wanted to do. I really thought, you know, that ATXI was going to go. And, of course, just go straight up, straight down. That's just the market that we've been in. And then GBS, straight up, straight down. So, you know, it's just frustrating, to say the least. You know, very, very frustrating. You know, I really thought, like I was, you know, I know how stocks run. I know how things work. MULN, you know, makes a move to the upside with a lot of volume, right? And then, you know, we see this move. It's a multi-day move. It's a move that is about 200+% from 57 to over $2 pre-market. And you know, is what it is, guys. Is what it is. MULN failed today massively, right? So this generally, when we when you see the lead runner kind of fail like this, sure, yeah, it fails and it's all good. You know, it happens, right? But generally, you know, with that much volume that we had yesterday, it really doesn't matter a whole lot what happens today. Generally, today was different. You're usually going to get at least one or two solid runners the next day. And we got it. ATXI, right out of the gate, straight up. It goes from 50 cents 55 cents all the way to $1.20. All it does is go straight up. Not much opportunity there for me. You know, it was one of my top watches. I could have gotten long, but I never would have thought it would have gone to 120. Here's kind of where I look for my opportunity to retest the highs, and nothing. It fails on me. I end up getting long down in here. I take some pieces off in here, and then I re-add. And knowing, like, it kind of felt a little iffy to add on the backside in here, especially when I saw this jam down and then another jam. Probably, if I was smart, should have taken it off right up in here. And then let it reset back up. I was in too big a size, which the size isn't really a problem in this kind of market. ATXI had 430,000 shares. I really thought we are going to get a 120, 110 at least break off MULN and get some FOMO. This only traded 190 million a day. MULN traded $1 billion. I've seen stocks that run $1 billion, and then the sympathy plays behind it, or the FOMO plays behind it, trade $500 million. So, you know, just nothing there. And then GBS, another one. You know, I really thought we're going to get a rip and ramp, started to consolidate, and then it just started to look like, you know, right in here, I'm like, you know, I thought I took a little bit more here. But man, it just failed. Maybe it goes tomorrow. Maybe a little bit too much size. You know, reality was I wanted to take ATXI into the close for a bounce, and of course it's bouncing, but I just lost too much today to even kind of set anything back up today. But yeah, I mean, you know, I am frustrated today, to say the least. I'm not really, you know, in regret how much size I had. JWN, wow. I'm not really in that much regret. You know, the size that I was taking was fine. You know, when I see MULN run with that much volume and that much percentage gain, usually it creates a little bit of hotter FOMO type market in the small cap market, and we saw that today. I just wasn't able to capitalize. It was all just straight up in the morning, or just all straight up moves and no real consolidation type moves. And, you know, it cost me 90 grand a day. Probably 93 grand with commission. So, you know, I'm just here to be transparent, honest, open. This stuff happens. You know, this is a hell of a way to start the month, and I really didn't want to start this way this month. But I can't go back. This is what it is. I was trying to really get the month going because I do leave for Hawaii in the next couple days. I leave on Friday. But man, guys, that was just one hell of a frustrating day, to say the least, guys. One hell of a frustrating day. You could have easily been up 50, 70 grand a day. And the reality is, too, I got a lot of slippage as well. And I need to realize that. You know, ATXI could handle my liquidity for the most part. MULN, no problem, right? But GBS, you know, it was a lighter name. It had only been trading, you know, 66 million on the day. You know, I really thought we were going to get a rip and ramp, maybe even into a hold. I liked the way the chart was setting up. It showed it reclaimed. It showed it's still volatile. It showed there's still interest. And then we started to consolidate. And, man, just broke down. And on top of that, when it breaks down and I get slippage, it's just that much worse. You guys haven't seen me take this kind of size in a while. But, you know, after MULN, you'll always see me kind of get a little bit more aggressive. Today, I might have gotten a hair too aggressive. And mainly because of the action that we saw in the morning, got a hair bit of FOMO on that and try to catch some of the late day kind of consolidation rippers. Nothing. JWN, guys, this thing is... Oh, Nordstrom's killed it. EPS 123, estimates 1-2. Yeah, so they finally had a good earnings, seems that way at least. We'll see if it just craps back down tomorrow. Anyways, midday consolidations were there? Not really. I mean, ATXI, yeah, you know. It had a nice move in here, and I caught that move. I caught about 18,000 shares, but again, a little bit too much size, wasn't able to take it off all the way. Try to catch another move up, and, you know, again. So if I had earnings. I think moral of the story, a little bit too much aggression with stocks that are under $1 or at $1 with size. I have to realize, you know, it's hard to get filled with that. MULN, though, no problem, you know. And it's frustrating because I know, you know, I was watching this all day for the bounce. And you can see here I had an average at 108, 329,000 shares. And I got no slippage in this name. I mean, this thing was just churning liquidity. The real opportunity, though, was this little bottom bounce in here. And then we had a nice rip above 111. I mean, that was a 30% plus move with a ton of liquidity. That was the real move right here today on the long side. But other than that, you know, we had ATXI straight out of the gates right here. And it just went straight up in the first 20, 30 minutes. And then GHSI starting to move. Creating that opportunity for itself, trying to follow kind of KAVL or IMPP or, you know, ATXI or whatever. But again, guys, maybe just a hair too much aggression. Frustrating to say the least. You know, it is what it is. So, got to get back to the drawing board. Got to size down. And got to trade smart. So, anyways, I was a hair off today from making it a green day mentally. But wasn't quite there. And, you know, the reality is we started green. We started up. And I was being very patient in the morning time. And then I started to get a little bit too aggressive. And used my cushion to help me. And I was up about almost 10 grand to start the day. And, you know, just frustrating. But anyways, yeah. So that's the way trading goes, though, guys. You know, you have your ups and downs. Things can go up and down quickly. And I appreciate you guys subscribing to the NormagnalTrading.com community. I'm always going to be open and transparent to you guys. You know, I'm very frustrated today, to say the least. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the NormagnalTrading.com community. And we're just going to keep grinding. Yeah, something I'm going to do tomorrow to correct it. Just size down. That's it. You know, when I get myself in trouble, I just size up. That's all it is. But also, you know, I get myself some good opportunities. And the reality is, you know, the market hasn't been hot enough to size up for the most part. You know, the market just hasn't been hot enough to size up. And today was living proof of that. I tried to size up with a good amount of size, and it's just not hot enough. So, with that being said, just got to size down a little. So, that's kind of the game plan of tomorrow, you know. A frustrating day. And I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the NormagnalTrading.com community. And I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. I'll plan a process, a strategy. Free chat, link description below. My course, Teach You by Process, link description below. All the description in the below. Check that all out, guys. My prayers are to Ukraine. That's the most important thing in this world. I know I had a bad day, but we got to focus on what's really happening, and that's people that are in Ukraine that are dying. So we have to pray for them and hope that we get out of this in a manner that's very respectful from both parties. And make sure that we kind of just keep our heads up. And, you know, it's sad to see. And I just been praying and making sure that, you know, I could do, you know, everything in my part. You know, so at the end of the day, guys, just, you know, appreciate life. Appreciate life. So I appreciate you guys subscribing to NormagnalTrade.com community.